Well, that was awkward. It's like, get empowered, get empowered, get empowered, get empowered. It's like I envision a hip hop scene in my head and like Save the Last Dance, but at the same time, that works though, that works. So how many people are here feeling good? How many of us are feeling good? You know, first thing I want to acknowledge is I'm off guard because this is my brother from Chicago and this girl right here in the front. This is my brother Jalen right here. He drove 8 hours from Chicago, completely caught me off guard. I'm so grateful to be here. No, it's grateful that you're here. So, need this? So when I originally came to Kansas City, I came here just, you know, building a business and everything. And one thing I was really big on was vision. Because I was the kind of guy where my job takes me one place. This job takes me here. I kind of just go where the job takes me. But something about Kansas City, life was kind of like, no, stay here. Although you change jobs, all that, stay right here. One thing that's really important to me is where is a group of people headed? I do a lot of networking, but what I focus on is the energy of the group. And there's something about this energy of this city that I feel a bit of like progression versus recession. You know, I feel empowerment versus devourment. So one thing I really want to speak on is how do we live empowered? How do we stay empowered? And the first way to stay empowered is to understand that everything that happens to us don't necessarily happen to us. It's what we tell ourselves about what happened to us that causes the effect. See, right now, I'm going to be completely silent. I'm going to say nothing. You hear that? It's a little voice in your head. What is he going to do? What is he going to say? It's hot up in here. It's a lot of us people in here. Oh, my God. There's half people with masks on, half people with no mask on. I'm better because I have a mask on. It's a little, no, she laughed because she, there's a little voice in our head that's always chatting, it's always chittering. Consider the possibility that when I'm speaking to you, you're not fully listening to me. You're listening to the little voice in your head about what I'm saying. And when this does this, it keeps us locked in place on what we already know. So what we're going to have to do today is to embrace the unknown. Don't go to our mind about what we know. Just be completely open. Because we have some speakers in here that's quite literally from out of this world. There's one lady here in particular where she does her studies from a different planet. At least I believe so. You know, she has an internship with NASA or something like that. And the important thing to know is when we surround ourselves with people that reflect us, that's when we're in alignment with our true friends. It's called codependency when we stay friends with someone just for the sake of just being friends because we don't want to lose them. Friendship is not about hanging on to people. Friendship is about growing with people. And if you're not growing with them, then that's something to have that conversation about. So what I want to talk about first is a lady that is easy for anyone to grow with. I had to sit down with this lady in particular. And when we sat down, we started talking. Halfway through the conversation, she's like, do you want like a powerful Reiki meditation right now? I'm like, sure, yeah. You know, where we're at. She's like, well, you have an office? We literally drove, we're in the middle of a coffee shop, left the coffee shop, went to my office. She turned off the lights, and she started doing something. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling real, okay, where am I going? Am I leaving my body? And I'm like, why is her arm on my shoulder? What is that? What is that on my shoulder? I opened my eyes. She was standing on the other side of the room. And so the power of connecting with others and using our mind and our intention to move our souls is something that she, in my opinion, has mastered. So if we can bring up our first speaker, the Reiki master teacher, internationally known, Alex Villalobos.
your comfort zones today. Yes.
So, Miss Alice, it's so great to have you. First off, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come here and be a part of this movement that we're starting and really giving your services and your expertise out here, because let me tell you something, getting her availability is extremely difficult. It's almost nearly impossible to get access to her, so I'm really grateful you're here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I couldn't pass
Yes.
this up.
So first things first, what is Reiki?
Reiki, exactly. It's fairly new to the U.S., so when you say Reiki, most people are like, what is that? It sounds very woo-woo.
Yeah.
So it's a Japanese healing technique, and if you actually break down, I'm going to knock you my
Yeah.
So if you actually break down the word Reiki, Rei means God's wisdom, and then Ki means universal life force. So it's a way for you to be able to connect to that higher, whatever it is that you believe in, because it's not a religion. So you can believe in God, you can believe in the universe, but tapping into that thing higher than yourself. That is what Reiki is. The way that I like to explain it, it's just unconditional love.
Yeah, she's spreading unconditional love to the world for a living. That, I think that's pretty cool. And so the next one is, what are some results that your work has had on others?
So what's really great is we are, like you mentioned, are constantly in our minds, right? But when we're fully open, that's what we do with Reiki. We have certain blockages, right? So we have limiting beliefs, we have past traumas, we have all of these things that we're carrying that we're sometimes not even aware of. And what Reiki allows you to do is remove all of these things so that you're open. And when you're open, you can allow for the magic, I say, like, to flow through. So when people are constantly like in the zone and you have those moments where you're like, boom, 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 I'm happy, everything's falling into place, that means because you're open and you're connected, right? The more open and connected you are, the easier it is to flow through life. When bad things happen, you understand that it's happening for a reason. There's a lesson in it. Life is happening through you and not to you. So.
Wait, hold up. My brain. Yeah, it's good. You say life is happening through you, not to you.
Right.
You go deeper on that.
So that just means that you create your own reality. You have the power to create the life that you want. We're so uncomfortable with being happy. Like when you think about when you're happy, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're like, what's going to happen to take this away, right? So there's moments when I always use the example when moms are, have their newborn baby and they're holding it and they're so happy, and then all of a sudden that little voice kicks in and it's like, here's all the bad stuff that's going to happen to it. So then you're always in this state of worry and in this state of fight or flight, but that's not who you are. So when you do Reiki, when you tap into that inner you, that inner journey, then you can peel back all of those layers and fully connect to who you truly are, your essence, your soul, your spirit, whatever it is that you want to call it, but that limitless part of you.
Amazing. I mean, honestly, if this was one of those Baptist churches, people are like, amen, oh yeah, hallelujah, oh my God, I'll be doing everything. You're speaking some real, that is so true. I love how you said life's happening through you and everything. We're all creating our own reality. And you get to help, you say mothers, like sometimes kids, I know that kids can be a lot, and sometimes it really tests our little voice, because our little voice is not in our head, our little voice is right there. Just speaking to us and everything. So it's like we got our own stuff going on, and the kid got something going on and everything. So it's amazing what you're doing. So what is the purpose of meditation?
Ooh, meditation. So meditation is to quiet yourself, to quiet your mind, to quiet that monkey mind that's always in there telling you what to do, what to think. The subconscious mind is kind of like a program. And we're constantly, like 70% of the time, we're on autopilot and not even present. So what meditation does, it allows you to pause, be present in the moment, focus on your breath, focus on you. Because we have this illusion of control where we try to control everything outside of ourselves, and that doesn't work. But you can control yourself. And so by being still, by being present, meditation starts to flex that muscle that we don't use. So your intuition, your guidance, your that inner soul, like that's what you're working on through meditation. So then you literally are healing yourself and you're changing yourself from the inside out.
Changing yourself from the inside out.
Yeah, so it's not something you can buy.
Can we give that a round of applause? Just changing yourself from the inside out. Because there's so many people that have the tendency to want to blame what's outside of them. Or they want to say, this is happening to me, taxes are too high, gas is too high, the grocery bill, all of this stuff. But you're saying that no, it's the inside of them that you need to change first to change your external reality.
Yeah, because that's where your real strength is. Once you focus on what's in here, like that inner happiness, that inner peace, like that can't get taken away from you. It doesn't matter what job you have, it doesn't matter who you're with. It's like this life is an inside job, but we're constantly trying to fill it with outside things. Like I'll be happy when I have that car, or I'll be happy when I have that title, or I'm going to be happy when I'm married. But be happy now. Be happy with you. Go inward. And I mean, there's so many different tools that will allow you to do that. But it's that stillness that we need to tap into. We're constantly producing and moving around and trying to be as busy as possible. We're really uncomfortable with being still. Like if Alan and I were just quiet for a minute, most people would like cringe. Because they're like, oh.
Yeah, let's do it right now. We're laughing. Some people taking notes. What are you writing down, man? We talk. It's just dot. Love you, man. Yeah, it's the silence. She's allergic to silence. It's amazing, stillness. So, the last question before the connection one, what is 5D consciousness? Like when I was talking about the one like from a different planet, like fifth dimensional consciousness. What is that?
So, who's seen the movie Avatar? Yes, most of us have. So Avatar is a great, like think about having that connection with everyone. It's realizing that we're all connected, not just me and you, but like with the plants, with the animals, with everything, that everything has an essence, everything has a spirit, and that we will only rise up if we do it together. So it's having that Christ-like unconditional love, and we are shifting towards that right now. Right now it's a really uncomfortable clearing of all the BS that we've hid in the closet for a really long time. That's coming to the front for us to clear. And then
Wow, it's we're shifting, you know. So who's shifting?
we all are.
All are.
If you think about where you were last year, where you're at now, how many things have come up? How many fears have looked in the face? How, like, we're all shifting.
Love that. So how can people best connect with you?
You can follow me online, YouTube, everything's Villalobos Vitality. So
And it's all in the brochure as well.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah.
websites.
You have the microphone. All right, so now Alex is going to give us one of her meditations to get things started.
So I'll just let you guys know, like when you're dealing with energy, funky things happen with technology. So
Yeah.
not surprised that the mics start being weird, but there we go. I want you guys to get comfortable. And I know most people are like, I can't meditate. I cannot turn my brain off. Just give yourself a little bit of grace. Get comfortable. I'm also going to get comfortable, which I know this is maybe a huge faux pas, but we're taking these off. And then make sure that you have a direct spine. Gently shut down your eyes. And we're going to focus on your breath. Your breath is so powerful. You release 70% of your toxins through your breath. And if you really think about it, it's the first thing you do when you come into this world. And it's the last thing you will do when you leave this world. So start to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Almost imagining following that breath. Allow it to go through your nose and have it go down all the way to your belly. We're very shallow breathers, which actually activates our fight or flight. Right now we want to relax. We want to let go. Focusing on our heart instead of our mind. So take those deep breaths in, following that breath down to your belly. I know this is very uncomfortable for some of you guys. You're doing a great job. Just be here. And if your mind starts to wander, just come back to your breath
anchoring in the moment. Come back to my voice. So as you take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, just know that with every breath out, you're releasing any anxiety, any stress, any stagnant energy that you currently have in your body. We get to use our imagination. We get to use our intuition. So start to imagine yourself on a beautiful beach. You feel the sun on your skin. You can see the beautiful waves. The tide is gently coming up to your toes. You feel that beautiful wind. You can taste the salt on your lips. You can feel the sand in between your toes. Knowing that in this moment, there's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to worry about. Giving yourself this gift of just being present, of just being still. And if your mind says, this chick is weird, yes, she is. Continue to imagine that beautiful beach. Imagine yourself digging your toes in the sand, grounding down, feeling the heat, the sand, the bottom of your feet, allowing for this warm healing energy coming up from the sand, from Mother Earth. As it moves its way up to your ankles, you relax your ankles. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, letting yourself go. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So as you breathe in and breathe out, pulling that warm healing energy, you may see the color red, up from the sand all the way up to your knees, relaxing your shins and all the way up to your hips. And on your next breath, pulling it up to your stomach, relaxing. And as you continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, pulling that warm healing energy all the way up to your chest, just letting go, relaxing all of the muscles. And as you bring it up to your shoulders, relaxing your shoulders, letting that relaxation make its way down your arms to the very tip of your fingertips. And as you breathe in and breathe out, pulling that warm healing energy up your throat and into your face, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your tongue, relaxing all of the muscles around your eyes, your cheekbones. You start to relax things that you didn't even know needed relaxing. And going back to this beach, when you've completely surrendered and let go, when this warm healing energy has filled every part of your body, every cell, every atom, start to imagine that on this beach, as you look up, the clouds start to open up, and this beautiful white light comes down right at the top of your head. And as it comes down through the top of your head, imagine this being unconditional love, God's love, whatever it is that you believe in, but it's clearing, rejuvenating, cleansing, blessing every cell, every atom, every ligament in your body. So let your body be receptive. As this white light comes down through the top of your head, behind your eyes, relaxing even further, allowing yourself to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, knowing that in this moment you are fully supported and held in the highest of light. That it's okay to let go. It's okay to be here. It's okay to be present. So allow that white light to move down your shoulders and cascade down your arms, down your chest, into your belly, as your belly gently rises and falls with each breath, moving down your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins, the very tip of your toes. Now taking a moment to put your hands on your heart. Feel that heartbeat connect to that deepest part of you, that limitless being. And as you continue to imagine yourself on this beach, you stand up and you start to walk. You start to feel something tugging at you. And as you look down, you see this rope tied around your waist. And behind it is this anchor, this weight. And this weight represents everything that is limiting you in this moment. The stress, the anxiety, your bills, your relationships, whatever it is for you. And some of it may not even be something that belongs to you, but you have chosen to carry. And you feel that weight. You feel it tugging at you. And as you look down, you see a knife. Your name is carved on the handle, so you pick it up. You already know what to do. You already know why you're here. So in this moment, as you pick up this knife, cut that rope, cut that cord, cut it now, letting go of anything that is holding you back, knowing that in this moment, you can decide to let go. You can decide to just hit reset. That you are free. That you get to decide what your life looks like. That it is your birthright to be happy, to live a life of joy, a life of abundance, a life of health, a life of creativity. You don't need to carry this weight anymore. And as you cut that cord, you start to see that weight, that anchor, disintegrate right in front of you. Feeling lighter. Connecting to your heart. We're always in our minds when the gate to everything that you want, it's not outside, it's through here, it's through your heart. But as long as this keeps beating, you have the ability to do anything that it is that you want. You are limitless, you are supported. That's okay. That's the release. That's the let go. You're making way for the new. So allow yourself, give yourself this gift of a new beginning, of a new you, of a new timeline. Feel that heart. And as you continue to walk on that beach, this beautiful stone. As you get closer, you see that something is carved. It's one word. And if your mind tries to tell you this isn't real or that there isn't a word, it's okay. Just take a deep breath. What is that word that is carved on that stone for you? This is a message for you today. This is a message for you to take forward. Remember who you are. Remember why you're here. You're so much more than your job, than your title. It's time remember, it's time to go within. It's time to come home. So as you continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, I'm going to count down to 5 from 5. Sorry, when I channel, my accent really kicks in, guys. So 5, start to wiggle your fingers. 4, wiggle your toes. 3, continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Even lost number where I'm at. 2, 1, gently open your eyes. How do we feel? Yeah, are we good? Good. Welcome back. So thank you so much for sharing that with me and being so open. Yeah, does anybody want to share a word? Did anybody get a word? Love. Home. Love it. That's the little voice that we need to listen to, not the monkey mind. But we need to be in that stillness to be able to hear it. So, thank you so much. Namaste. Aho. Amen. Oh.
We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I experienced the first day I met her. The first 15, 20 minutes, she did that with me. I don't know her. And that's how we introduced.